obstacles in my way. Connect. Oops, wrong song. Bright, bright sunny day. Bright, I see your day. Smash that like button. I can fake it now, the pain has gone. All of the odd feelings have disappeared. Now the big connect is gone. Is the rainbow been praying for? It's gonna be a bright, bright, I see your day. It's gonna be a bright, look around. Screw that part up. What's going on, guys? What's going on? There's nothing but blue skies. Yeah. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds, make me blind. Because I'm not doing any more ponzis. It's gonna be bright, I see your day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, I see your day. Bright. What's going on, peeps? What's going on? That's right. I see your day. What's going on, peeps? What's going on? It's a little bit chilly here in Chiang Mai. It's still a little bit early in the morning, and yeah, it's a little bit chilly, but you know, it is what it is. We're part of the northern hemisphere, so it gets a little bit chilly in the morning, but then things warm up during the day, and we certainly like to get warmed up when we do these live streams and get people fired up, and you know, Tuesday morning, and you know, that's what it's about. So, you know, people out there are hurting, you know. People out there, they're hurting, and, you know, it's just, it's like the old story, right? You know, the people that come in at the end get burnt. And, you know, you just gotta think for yourself, do I keep on doing the same thing, or do I just keep on, because I'm still going to get the same result, right? That's the thing. So, you know, the only way to stop yourself from losing money is to stop repeating the same mistakes. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It's learning from your failures and moving forward. Learning from your failures, because you're going to have many failures along the way, and then not repeating the same mistakes. Get better at what you're doing, right? A great basketballer once said, the reason why he's the greatest of all time, the reason why he became the greatest of all time, GOAT, G-O-A-T, greatest of all time, right? And the reason why he became the greatest of all time is because he kept on failing, but every time he failed, he got better at what he was doing, right? And then he became, you know, he just became the complete player. You know, he didn't have a good 3-point shot. You know, his mid-range wasn't perfect. He became an excellent passer. He became excellent on defense. NBA All-Star in defensive, offensive, defensive, all-time scoring. many years in a row. So these things are just skill sets that you have to learn over time, and it takes time. And obviously, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Michael Jordan. So learning from these mistakes, keep on refining, learning your skills, getting better as a player, getting better as a person, and over time, all these improvements, 5% improvement in many aspects of your game, in this case, many aspects of your life, right, will all add up. They'll all add up, and you need to be patient. You need to keep working at it, and that's how you find success, right? It takes time, it takes work, but you have to be patient. You have to commit to the process, and that's what I'm seeing with successful people. But what I'm seeing with unsuccessful people is lack of patience, FOMO, right? They want to do nothing, and they want to make $1 million and do no money. They join these scam programs. Basically, all the opposite of what successful people do. And if you follow that, you're going to be like, this has been proven over like, you know what I mean? These are all proven things. It's not me just saying this stuff. If you keep on following down this path of trying to get, you know, make money with doing nothing, joining these scam lending programs, it's only going to end one way, and that's bad. Okay? So you can believe me, you can do whatever you want, but I'm telling you now, if you just keep on doing that and you have the mindset of no work, throw money at something which you don't even know who these people are running these Ponzi schemes, and you're hoping that, you know, you're going to get your 1% per day, which is totally unsustainable. Any program out there that is paying 1% per day is unsustainable, and it's going to crash. Because if you put $10,000 in, paying at 1% per day, you're going to get $5.1 billion after 3 years. That's unsustainable, right? It's mathematical. And I was telling these people, right, I told some people very educated. Well, I thought they were educated. Well, they are educated, but they just choose to blindly believe mathematics, right? Fail, right? Fail. And they didn't believe me when I told them, look, dude, your days are numbered. You're trying to tell me that 1% per day, if I put $10,000 in, after 3 years is going to get $5.1 billion, right? That's mathematically proven, and you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong, and you're trying to tell me that this thing that they're calling BitConnect, they're saying that it was totally sustainable, right? Even a 8-year-old could have figured that out. And these are prominent people in the space that are leading this, spreading this sort of stuff. So this is what's happening. This is what's happening. If you have this mindset, you don't want to do any work, you are going to end in failure. You're going to end in failure. You might make some little Ponzi money in the meantime. You know, you might have a couple of victories, make you know, $500 or $1,000 from getting a couple of your mates in. And the only reason why you're making money is because you know, lured them into the scam yourselves. And you might feel like that's a victory. It's all artificial. Then what you'll do is you'll then move on to the next Ponzi scheme. Then you'll move on to the next Ponzi scheme. Because in your mind, you believe that these Ponzi schemes are going to make you successful, right? And they just are smoking mirrors, and they're just giving you a little crumbs. So then you can, and it's leading you down a path which is very dark. And again, you're trying to avoid work. You're trying to avoid learning new skill sets, improve every aspect of your life, right? Improve your three-point line, three-point shot, improve your mid-range, improve your free throws, improve your defense, improve your assists, every aspect of the game. You don't want to work on these things because you're lazy, and you believe that to become successful, that you don't have to put in any work, right? I like to relate these to basketball because I love the game, and you know, you can learn so much from the game just playing the game, observing the game as a fan, and just look at the most successful players and what they do. They work the hardest. You know, when every other player is finished at the gym and they go home, the most successful, the hardest working one is still there practicing because they want to get better. They want to be the best, right? And that's what you got to do. So last night we had a really good session, guys. We talked about ICOs and the current climate of ICOs. There's a lot happening with ICOs because it's right now it's becoming very harder. It's getting harder for people to get into these ICOs. All right, that's what we discovered. And the reason being is the demand is so great, right? I'm seeing now on Facebook 6 months later, which I was talking about this 6 months ago. All right, and now I'm seeing now that people are now starting talking about ICOs. Leaders in Facebook, leaders that were into team building, and now they're starting to talk about ICOs. I was talking about this 6 months ago, right? This is how far those people are behind the game. That's why you got to get with people that are in front of the game, right? So we've had some big victories. Yes, we've had the big ones. We've had the icons, you know. We've had the Power Ledgers, Red Pulse. We got Simple Token. There's a whole bunch that we missed, but we still got into many ICOs that have made us a lot of money, and we're just starting off, right? So that's the thing. You know, you got to get with what's happening, because if you're missing this, if you're just getting into ICOs now, you've already missed a lot, guys. You know, we got One Chain that's coming up. Good morning, Daniel. Morning, Mo. Hey, Shawnee. Hey, Lou. You know, you guys that didn't get into ICO Gold Rush in the beginning, I know. You've missed a lot, but if you're in now, fantastic. But if you're not even thinking about joining or getting involved in ICOs, you're missing the boat big time, right? You know, you're missing the boat big time. And even though you missed some big ones, you know, if you're not in the game, right? If you're sitting on the sidelines and you're not, you're a reserve. How are you ever going to score? You won't. You got to get on the court, right? If you're sitting on the bench, you can't ever score. It is impossible for you to score sitting on the bench. You have to get in the game, and once you're in the game, you have a chance. And that's what I'm seeing happening, right? So you already missed the boat by 6 months. Don't sit on the sidelines and continue to sit on the sidelines, because it's getting harder, because whales are attacking these ICOs, okay? There was a syndicate in China that, this is what I heard, it attacked this this ICO. It was called Matrix, right? This one here. Now, I tried to get into this one, but I had no chance. So this one, they attacked this, and this got cleaned up within minutes. It was called Matrix. It's a open source project. Had a lot of potential, and with this this one sold out, literally sold out in minutes, and whales attacked this one. All right, there was only 212 transactions. They gobbled this one up. So that's what's happening now. These ICOs are getting gobbled up because people understand and realize, they've figured out. And the ones that are just, the people that don't even know what's going on, well, you guys are way behind the game. But these people now have figured out that these good ICOs are easily doubling their money. Some of them are 5xing their money very, very quick, right? We saw with Selfkey, right? Selfkey's like 5x already. I don't even know what, Insurer Pal, I think that one there, Inshiro Pal. Right, Inshiro Pal, that's like 30 cents. I mean, and the whole market's down too. Right? Don't get me wrong. Everything's down, and people are still making with money with ICOs. So Insurance Pal, I didn't go into this one. I kind of skipped it. All right, so the ICO price was 10 cents, and this just finished like last week. It's already 30 cents, so there's already 3x. Talk about easy money. All right, we're gonna put 10 grand into this. You already have 30 grand. I mean, how easy is that? All right. There was another one, Self-Key. Right, I couldn't get into the Self-Key, so I bought some afterwards. This is the main sale, okay? So it's even cheaper on the pre-sale. This is one too that couldn't get into this one. Now this went to $5. All right. So as you can see there, oh, you can't see it. Let me move my screen. Let's move it down here. So as you can see there, the ICO price was 1.5 cents. All right, there you go. There, 1.5 cents, and it has dipped down here, but it got as high as 7 cents. So that's like a 5x. They would have people that bought into Self-Key would have 5x'd it, like literally, like within the first 24 hours. Right? So you put in 20 grand, you would have got back. If you would have sold, you would have got 100 grand back. Okay. So as you can tell from just those two, I mean, I could be here all day and I could go through many ICOs, but as you can tell, right, and I hope you've kind of figured this out by now, that it is very extremely profitable in right now in ICO space if you go after the right ones and you know what you're doing. All right. Now the problem is, like I just said, there's too many people in this space and not enough bread. There's not enough cheddar, right? Because the smart people have already figured it out. They've got syndicates. Like I said, this syndicate in China attacked this freaking matrix and just chomped at it, pulled it apart, and it was done before even I could get into it. And look, we had one last night. I stayed up till 2 o'clock to get into this, and I still missed it. See, so you're gonna miss ICOs. It just sucks, but it'll happen, right? So in this one here, I stayed up till 3 o'clock last night to hit this, and even I missed this. Right, I was 1 second late, so I hit the button 1 second after the timer, and I missed out. 1 second. That's all it took. 1 second. I see. Ink Protocol token sale is now complete. Thank you. Thank you. That's what you get. Thank you. Hey, you won't get jack shit. Piss off. Thank you. You know what I mean? This is the way it goes. So this was going to be a profitable one too. People are going to probably 2 or 3x on this. The metrics is just insane. The metrics is just insane for this one. Oh. People are going to be chomping at this one. This one's probably going to 5x easily. So this is what I'm saying. I could go on. I could go on and on and on about, right? So my point is this. People are making stupid, ridiculous profits, right? You need to find a way to get into these ICOs. And that's what we're working on, okay? We're working on this... we're working on our pool syndicate where we can get into these ICOs so then we don't have to chomp at this stuff and try to compete with everyone else, right? We're going to have these deals sorted. Now, these deals will take time. These take time to put together, and we're not going to, We're not going to be able to get all the good ones, but we'll hopefully try to get some of the good ones. And it's just part of it. It's just all part of it, you know. So that's what's happening with this ICO space, right? If you're in this space, you know, we've been doing for 6 months. I've been doing for 6 months, and like I've never made so much money. The fastest way I know how to do it. So if you're still thinking about, I mean, you guys don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what's happening in the space, so you don't know how much money these people are making, right? People are throwing 100, 200 grand at each ICO, and they're 5xing it, they're 2xing it, and then they're flipping, and then they're getting into the next one. That's what people are doing, right? And they don't have jobs, they just flip. They get into these ICOs, drop 10, 15, 50 grand, 100 grand, they flip, get into the next one, do the same, rinse and repeat, until they get to $1 million, $2 million. And they run this from their laptop. This is what's happening right now. Okay? It's no joke. It's no joke. That's why I don't bother with programs. I haven't got time to be recruiting people into my program. You know what I mean? What's driving ICO Gold Rush is people are looking for a solution. Many affiliates are driving sales to ICO Gold Rush, get new people in. They get a sweet 50% commission being a member, and then they're helping someone. But all the education's within the system to learn how to do ICOs. We just had a webinar last night. We talked extensively about what's going on and what to do, how to fix these problems, and how not to miss out on these ICOs. But it's getting, like I said, it's getting increasingly hard. But that's why we got this group there, you know, to make sure that we don't miss out on these deals. Yeah, that's right. They don't have to show their face, but, you know, if you're going to go into a lending program that doesn't show their face or the team or anything, yeah, I mean, you're an idiot. All right? You're an idiot. Frito, fantastic. Glad you enjoyed the webinar last night. Yeah, it's just like, it's just competition, you know. People understand that there's a lot of money to be made, and they are taking the opportunity while it's there, you know. So that's what's happening. People, it's like anything, you know. They know what's going on. They've seen the profits. They're getting as much as you can, and the rest of the crowd have no idea what's going on. So, Firo, Fanatics 1994 has recovered 80% of his investment, and ICO Gold Rush in his first ICO. So there you go. Fantastic, Furio. 80% of your investment in the first ICO. Fantastic. Man, to be honest, I don't even, like, I missed the ICO, and I don't chase the I mean, if it's a good one, I will, but generally speaking, I won't. You know, like if it's like a Neo, Neo or a EOS or like a Cardano or like a recently saw Tron, these big ones, maybe a Binance coin or Qcoin, or, you know, these big projects, infrastructure projects, then I'm more focused on ICOs, so it'd be a waste of my time to do a video on it. I just wouldn't do it, right? It's a waste of my time. I'm sorry, but it is. So if you want to know about Populous, go to Cliff High. He does a good video on Populous, right? And what he talks about Populous. So just go to YouTube, type in Cliff High, and he'll tell you his thoughts. I don't have time to be doing a video on it. I'm sorry. all these cards are doing that, right? All these cards, Payzar, Euclid, we saw Crypto Pay Me, was it? All these cards that exchange crypto to fiat, they're getting cancelled. Well, you know what, Raphael, if you got burnt in BitConnect, I mean, you just have to, like I said, you just have to learn. You just have to listen. You have to understand what happened, and then you gotta think. You gotta think with your head. You know, if I continue to do these Ponzi schemes, where's it gonna end me? Where's it gonna end? The reason why people get involved in this stuff is because either they're been easily persuaded by someone else, they're desperate, they want to make money with no work, and they want to get paid every day just getting 1%, because it's easy, right? But if you want to get anywhere in your life, and everyone knows this, I don't know why people ignore this advice. Everyone knows on this planet that if you want to get anywhere in your life, it takes goddamn work, right? And if you just hold that thought for a second, that if I want to get anything in my life, I want to be successful, it's going to take work. All right? If you just hold on to that thought and then apply to what you're doing now, then you'll have the simple answer. If you're joining a program that will give you 1% per day with doing nothing, that goes against the proven success traits of being people that are millionaires and billionaires. It's going against it, right? So what you're doing is you're going to fail. That's what's going to happen. You might see short-term gains, but long-term you're going to fail because you're trying to go against what works. And what works is putting in the work and learning new skills, and hard work pays off, right? Hard work pays off. So you're trying to go against that, and in my opinion, you're an idiot. So don't do it. Learn a skill, put the work in. You will fail, and just keep on repeating, and at some point you're going to find success. Right? So that's all I can say. You know, you're trying to go against something that is proven to work, and you're trying to do the opposite. So, you know, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm being like nice here, right? Because you keep on repeating the same mistakes. You know what I mean? You keep on repeating the same mistakes, and you want a different outcome. You go into the next Ponzi, into the next Ponzi, into the next Ponzi. Well, what do you expect? What do you expect? Yeah, I missed Titanium ICO as well. You know what I mean? I missed them. There's so many ICOs, you're not going to get them all. Don't worry about it. Just move on. You know? So, yeah, I mean, that's it. Well, there's a big dip at the moment with BitConnect. Maybe they should buy the dip. I don't think that advice applies for BitConnect. They're out. They're done. They're done and dusted. Dude, I'm telling you now. I'm glad that you've woken up to the fact that these Ponzi schemes, they're only going to lead you down one way, Raphael. It's going to lead you down one way. And that is not, it's just going to bleed you and bleed you and bleed you until you realize for yourself that you've been burnt so many times, and 12 months, 18 months, 2 years it's going to pass, and then you're going to finally figure out that you know what, these programs are they keep on popping up. I keep on joining them and they keep on failing. So I'm glad you've realized that now, you know. And the only way to learn is to get burnt. Because when you tell people, like I told people 6 months ago about my BitConnect video at the height of BitConnect, and I told people this is going to fail, and I got so much hate from it. People don't listen. They won't listen. And the only way they will listen is when they fail and they get burnt. That's the only time they'll listen. They have to get burnt. They won't take an advice from someone that's, you know, been there, done that. They won't take advice from it because the money is, it's all about, you know, the greed has got to them. Right? The greed is talking, the money is talking. So they just go, oh no, you're nothing but hey, you're full of shit. But they won't listen to you. But then when it happens and then you fail, they lose their money. Then they go, oh, maybe I should listen to you. I told you from the get-go that's going to happen, but you didn't listen, you know. It has to happen. You have to lose money before you get it through your thick skull that these things are nothing but Ponzi schemes. They're set up to bleed your money. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but that's the deal. Daniel, if you're getting into lending ICOs, I really feel sorry for you, man. Don't do them. Right? Don't do them. They're nothing but scams. In fact, it's the end of lending ICOs, dude. Now BitConnect has fallen. They're all gonna fall like dominoes. Regal Coin, the Vor Coin's the next scam that's coming up. They're all the same. They all follow the same suit, and people flock to them because they want the easy way out. Good morning, Baggy. They want the easy way out, right? They don't want to put the work in. So right now, at the moment, it's everything's red. Everything's red. So what's that mean? It means there's a lot of FUD. It means that there's a lot of stuff happening in South Korea. There's a lot of things happening around the world. Venezuela. Basically, you know, governments and banks are trying to shut down cryptocurrency, right? And even in Australia, the banks don't want to deal with customers that have crypto, even though Australia has legally said that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is taxable and it's a legal currency. Yet the banks are they're wrongfully telling customers, and they're shutting their customers down, accounts down. I think this is wrong, and this is illegal because of what they deem as. But it's the law says that it is perfectly legal tender. You just need to pay your taxes on it. So what they're doing, they're shutting accounts down of people that deal with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And there was a famous one here with Bitcoin Babe. She was big on local Bitcoins. I bought from her many times. Sorry, I sold to her many times to cash out to my fiat. And this is probably she was on local Bitcoins here, but she did a petition. This is probably the most famous case, Bitcoin Babe. All right, she's on Twitter. I think she's done media about this, about the banks. That's her there. She's on Twitter, and she's very much in the crypto space and in the Bitcoin space, pushing for Bitcoin and pushing for these banks and everything that don't want to deal with crypto. They just want to centralize everything because they're scared of what Bitcoin is going to do in the future. So right now, there's this uncertainty of where, in people's minds, of where, you know, Bitcoin's headed, and the market, everything's down. See, as you can see, everything's red. Right? So basically, January, it's screwed. Everything's down. And a famous investor by the name of Warren Buffett once said that when everything's down, he buys. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask yourself this question. You gotta ask yourself this question: are you a true cryptocurrency supporter? I mean, are you in this game for the long term, or are you in this game for a short term? Because that's the question you need to ask yourself. Okay? Because if you're in this short term and you see this dip, you're going to shit your pants, you're going to wet your pants, and you're going to get out. right? Because you don't see the long term. You don't see it long term, or you don't understand the technology, or you just don't have enough information. Because when this stuff happens, you shit your pants. So when you see this happen, it means that there's a correction. Things just don't just keep on going up forever. All right. At some point, they will dip. There'll be news. There'll be things are going to change. Later on down the track, what happens when Lightning Network gets introduced to Bitcoin, SegWit, you know, Bitcoin gets back to where it is like I mean, I love Litecoin. I love Litecoin. Freaking rocks, man. Bitcoin is everything that Litecoin should be. I love Litecoin because the transactions are so quick, and this is what Bitcoin was like in the beginning. All right, and they've already got everything. They've already got the shit sorted with Litecoin. So Bitcoin has still got to get there, but everyone knows Bitcoin. So once SegWit, Lightning Network, all that shit is sorted, and you go back to Bitcoin, what it truly was in the beginning, of peer-to-peer, trustless. You could pay for a cup of coffee with Bitcoin, and you would receive your money like the transactions time would be literally instant. What Litecoin does now is everything that Bitcoin used to do, but somewhere they got lost in the because of the value of the Bitcoin, powers to be, people manipulated it, power struggle within the factions, the shit's supposed to be decentralized, not controlled by anyone, but people in the community have very influential ties, and they go and make a Bitcoin Cash, and they go and make these other things. Now, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin Cash politically, but for what it does everything that Bitcoin should do. Bitcoin Cash transactions fees are so fast, and they're cheap. Same with Litecoin. So I avoid using Bitcoin, to be honest. I avoid it, and because they need to get everything sorted. So you just got to know where that's going. You got to know where the crypto space is going, right? Where the crypto space going, and where blockchain, right? Where this technology, it's not going away, right? This is the future. This is evolution. This is the future. Now, where that is going to be in 5 years' time, it may not be blockchain, right? It might be some sort of other technology more superior to blockchain, but it'll still be digital, and it'll still be crypto. Okay, it's just probably not going to run a blockchain. It's probably going to run something else, something faster, something that can do billions of transactions a day. And this technology it's already here. All right, so the future is cryptocurrency. The future is digital. It's going to be all paperless. So if you understand that, then you got nothing to worry about. You will hold through these dips, and this is what's happening now. It's a dip. But the people that don't understand that, they panic sell, and they get out, and they lose. They're buying Bitcoin at $17,000, and now they panic, and then they sell it at $11,000. You just lost some money. You know what I mean? So that's what I say to you people. If you're panicking about this, you're thinking wrong. Now is a buying opportunity, but you can't buy it with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's down too. You need to buy it with fiat, fresh money from outside. Then you're buying it at the true low discount of what it is now. All right. So that's the mindset you got to get with as an investor, and all the big investors know this, that they buy the dip. Right now there's a huge dip, and you should be buying. You shouldn't be panicking on should I get out? It's the wrong mindset. And that's what I've got to say about the market. All right, so it doesn't always continue to go up. It'll dip because of whatever reason, but long term, and that's where you got to see it, is going to pick up, right? What's driving this is technology, proven technology, right? And if you keep that in mind, then and you hodl for the long term, nothing to worry about, my friends. You got nothing to worry about. So just chill. Just have a Coke, smile, and shut the F up. Stop doing these Ponzi schemes. Yeah, I've seen the hashgraph technology. I've seen the Tangle technology. I think personally, I mean, I said this probably, what, 3 or 4 months ago, that Bitcoin is the king right now, but I think it's going to be a dinosaur. It could be a dinosaur within 5 years' time. You know what I mean? The blockchain will not support the amount of transactions. Even if it goes to Lightning, it won't support it. You know, you need something that does billions of transactions a day. All right, and that's the only way to do it. It's the only way moving forward. Blockchain is not. It's a ledger. You know, one transaction's coming in, one transaction gets written to the blockchain, and then there's so much transactions per block, and then you know the next block comes, and you know it's got to be mined, and then you know this is too slow, guys. This technology is too slow. So Bitcoin is great. I love Bitcoin. It's actually not the first one, I believe. It's not, Bitcoin wasn't the first one. But it's the biggest, it's the king at the moment, and if it doesn't stand up to innovation, it'll die. Just like Blockbuster, they didn't innovate. They saw Netflix coming and they laughed at Netflix, and I think within 7 years they were broke because they didn't innovate. They didn't see the future of movies to be distributed digitally through the internet, through our subscription based through cable TV. People would subscribe to it, right? They didn't see it. They had their video shops with the VHS tapes and all that sort of bullshit where you have to go down there physically to get a video. Now you just go to Netflix, a couple of buttons, boom. Right? You pay your subscription. So they didn't see, Blockbuster didn't see it. And Netflix, now $1 billion company, and Blockbuster is a dinosaur. So this is what's going to happen with Bitcoin if they don't innovate. Bitcoin is going to become a dinosaur. There's going to be something that's going to supersede it. It's already coming, right? It's already coming. So don't kid yourself saying Bitcoin's going to be the king forever. It's not going to be the king forever, because even the kings have to retire, right? They get too old. They're the king at the time of that thing. Whatever they do in that particular era, I guess you could call them king, because they have everything, all the stats and all the, everything, all the milestones, all the titles, all the rings, But at some point, Bitcoin will become redundant. It'll be a dinosaur, and then people are going to laugh at blockchain. It's going to be something faster. They'll supersede it, and it's just like buying a car, right? You go and buy a Camry this year, and in 5 years' time, that Camry is superseded because it's an old model. There's a new model that's out, right? It's exactly what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Same thing. That's exactly what's going to happen. But we still got a few more years of running and getting, making money with it. Okay. So anyway, with that said, without me rambling anymore, yeah, I'll you guys have a good morning, have a good evening, wherever you are. Certainly check out ICOs, okay? And I think you should, if you're sick and tired of these programs, recruiting and all this sort of stuff that you've done in the past, and you want to get into something that you can get to 7 figures without recruiting anyone, a single person, because you're investing in ICOs yourself, then this can do it. ICOs can do it for you. I truly believe that. But the niche is tightening, right? Only the big players are gonna be controlling this, and they're the ones with the money, and they're the ones that are gobbling up all the good ICOs. And that is, we're already seeing that now. We saw that last night. We saw that many times before. These ICOs are selling out in seconds, literally seconds. Like last night, Ink Protocol sold out, like literally seconds. And you know, I was hitting that refresh. I was hitting that generate transaction, sign transaction, send it off. It's already too late. So this is what's happening in the niche. And if you don't get into it, get with a community or that run their own pools that can give you that leverage, then you're gonna miss out on this stuff. You're just gonna be too late to the game. And like anything, the people that come in late, well, you're too late to the party. All right. So this is the time now. Now is the time. This is the beginning of 2018. Now is the time, because if you're getting in this in 6 months' time, you're gonna miss. You've already missed a lot, and you're gonna miss more. You know, I'm not just saying that. This is the truth. You've already missed the big ICOs, right? So, anyway, guys, you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good day, and thanks for watching. Please comment below. I'll answer them when the live stream finishes. If you're on Facebook, hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or like that like on if you're on Facebook. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Have a good day.